All right, welcome back to another episode of the Blotter Podcast. We're doing a special episode tonight on the Ghost album Impera. It is their most recent studio album. I think they've had a couple things come out after, but nothing studio-wise, as in like a full album. Personally, I think it's one of their best albums they've done so far. I think they really came into their own with this one. I think Tobias Forge, I believe his name is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the only named member. The rest of them are the nameless ghouls. And I think he's finally got a really good, solid lineup. If it's the same guys. And I think one of them's actually a female, if I'm not mistaken.
It is not. It's actually
not a female?
No.
The keyboard player?
When the recording process, so I actually dug into some of this because I was wondering the same thing. The ghouls that play live are not the ones that are in the recording studio.
Okay.
It's mainly just him, but he does bring in certain of his favorite musicians to work on some songs, like certain
Work on
parts
some
and stuff.
tracks.
Yeah,
I got you.
but it's pretty much him.
I've seen him play guitar. He's pretty good on guitar. I didn't know he was like that much of a multi-instrumentalist kind of guy.
Yeah,
Does he do like the drums and shit too?
As far as I know, yeah. And
Yeah,
the Nameless
very
Ghouls,
talented.
what he had said was, what do you call it? Anonymity of the people was in the beginning. It was supposed to be kind of just to conceal who they are, but from what he stated was, he was named because he was ousted in a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Lloyd royalties back in like 2016, 2017, something like that.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, a lot of the people, the ghouls that play with him are also in like other bands, touring, that kind of stuff. So he tries to keep their identity hidden.
Right.
It kind of casts like a mythical who's playing with them
mystery
type deal. Yeah.
I think it adds to their presence.
But it also is for the sake of not taking away from the other members' projects would be part of it, is what he was talking about. There was a big interview that he did. And then
how respectful.
The other part was because he said that like he gives one of the reasons why he does all the recordings himself, because he writes all the songs and he has a direction that he wants them to go, but also he's not trying to work his touring band because they have other projects. So he's not trying to make them come to the studios. I do know that Dave Grohl is one of the only ghouls to ever be named that played drums live with Ghost. He was an actual like nameless ghoul at one point.
Really?
And which tour, what songs, I have no idea. But yeah, he's one of the only people to ever be actually named that was a ghoul.
When was that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know he was like a part of the project.
Yeah. He recorded
or he actually toured with them or what?
He actually played. It's two things. If I had to like guess, like just throwing a guess out there, I'd say it was probably around the time they recorded the EP. Have You Ever Seen a Ghost? I think is what it was called, or Have You Seen a Ghost? Something like that, or when you see a ghost. If you see a ghost. Yeah, If You Have Ghosts. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he was the engineer behind that. He's the one that.
I hear you.
Yeah, he was like their producer or whatever when they did that EP.
Oh, cool! I wonder if they did it at his studio.
I think they did.
It's like in his garage.
So if I had to like just throw a guess out there, I'd say somewhere around that time would be my guess, since he was already working with the band and everything, which would make sense because producing it, all the songs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, come on, man, Dave Grohl's a badass drummer. I mean, if anybody could do it, it's him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And he's done a lot with other bands too, so it would make sense.
But yeah, man. So, but I think it's kind of, it reminds me of Kiss in a way, back in the 70s, I mean, nobody knew who Kiss was, like
Yeah.
outside of like Kiss, the band. Like they didn't know what they looked like or anything.
Yeah, the mystery adds to it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's one of the appealing factors of Ghost. I love of course, I love the whole, like, the anti-pope. And
Yeah.
they draw heavily from, like, Catholic Church stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like the whole presence and the production and the, melodrama.
Yeah. I did
That the
read
whole
that he,
thing goes with.
what I thought was wild was the name came last. So he had, like, when they first started, he had these songs that he had written. He said they were some of the heaviest songs that he had ever heard. Like it was going to be some of the heaviest stuff that, you know what I mean, all that good stuff. But I guess the day that they had released their first song, his brother died. Like that same day of
Oh, wow.
heart failure or something. His older brother, but he was saying that he had this concept of like the anti-pope type deal and everything, and that they wanted, so he had like the name of schools, he had like all the outfits designed and everything, and then the name Ghost came last. That was like like one of the last pieces I thought that was really interesting, because normally the first thing you do when you try to start a band is, what are we going to call ourselves?
The name, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one of the first things in my mind that most people think of. You know what I mean? I've been in plenty of bands, so have you. I mean, the first thing
A
you
lot of
fucking
people
do
would
is,
think it's very important. It's like the most important. It's like
yeah,
your
them,
brand.
they were like, fucking ready to release a song. What are we gonna call ourselves? We're gonna call ourselves Ghost. But apparently, when they first came out, like, what I read was no American production, like the record labels and stuff, didn't want to touch them, because it wasn't because it didn't have good music. It was because they didn't like them. I mean, it's like all Bible Belt shit over here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Didn't like the whole anti-pope aspect.
No, they definitely did not.
Seeing it anti-religious and
They I mean, they
blasphemous.
even went as far as when they were recording here that like they tried to hire a choir to sing on certain songs. I don't know what album it was. I don't know if it was the one that Dave Grohl worked on or not, but they like tried to hire a choir and shit multiple times, and they would not do it. They wouldn't. They're like, no, we can't have them recording this kind of stuff. You know, I mean, you're singing about Satan or whatever.
Right.
Whatever the bullshit that they want to throw at you. You know how it is.
Yeah. I would assume they were probably trying to get like a Catholic choir to do it.
Have no
that would
idea.
have something to do with it. I'm saying that's my thought on it.
Yeah, if I had to assume, I'd assume the same thing.
Yeah, because that seems like the Catholics would be less open to the idea than, like,
Oh yeah.
some Protestant denomination or whatever.
Just makes it that much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what's cooler is he actually made it happen the way he wanted it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will hate on, like, band leaders like that, where they just they want it the way they want it, and it's their way or the highway kind of deal.
Well,
but I mean,
at the end of the day, it's your songs.
I mean, as big as they are now, I mean, that you would have to say that's mainly because of him.
I mean, it's your music, it's your show, it's your brand, it's your identity. I mean, I never personally understood that. You know what I mean? Like I have something. So you want me to change and listen to you, everything that got me to this point talking to you? Yeah. Like, you're so interested in me, but yet you think that I should, I mean, I should listen to your opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't listen to somebody's opinion. You should hear them out, but that don't mean you should never get mad.
Have to listen to them.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do that. I never fucking understood that. Like, I mean, opinions are like assholes. You've heard the old saying.
Yeah, everyone has one. They all stink.
But I would have to agree with you. If you look at where he's at now, I mean, I'd say he did something right.
Yeah,
quite a few things, personally.
Absolutely.
Plus, they're fucking harmonies, man. God damn.
Oh, they're great.
I know.
Well, we're getting a little bit into the weeds here of like the band itself. Let's reflect back to the album.
Yeah, Impera.
Yeah. Well, what was let's start with this. What was your least favorite song on this album?
Man, my least favorite song would have to be Little Sunshine. Or Call Me Little Sunshine.
Call Me Little Sunshine.
Yeah. It's not a bad song, but it's my least favorite on the album. Like, if I'm listening to the album, I wouldn't like skip it. Like, it's not that bad of a song, but I don't go searching for it when I'm on fucking YouTube. I'll tell you that much.
Just doesn't
do
what you want.
I'm not like, oh, look, Call Me Little Sunshine. Let me listen to this. I don't know. I don't do that. Anyway.
So Call Me Little Sunshine is your least favorite song?
Yes, man. And that was one of the first singles that they released. And it never grew on me, man. Honestly, when I heard that song, because we had talked about it earlier, that Hunter's Moon was like, I think their first one.
I think that was the first one.
That song I like, but
that one I think came out like a year before the album even came out.
When I heard
it on the Halloween, the Halloween remake.
When I heard Call Me Little Sunshine, I was like, man, I hope the rest of the album ain't like this. Like, I was like my first impression when I heard that song, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah. But that would have to be my least favorite. And like I said, it's not a bad song. Like, it just doesn't do it for me, man. It doesn't hit all the spots, you know what I mean?
Right.
All the buttons aren't pushed when I listen to that song. Yeah, no.
Okay.
What's your least favorite, Jimbo?
I would say my least favorite is the song 20s, which I think was the single after Call Me Little Sunshine. It just, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's just, it's like so cheesy.
You don't like him singing about pennies, bro?
Yeah, in the 20s.
Yeah.
We'll be like, right.
All the way to the
30s. come on, man. It's so cheesy. All right, like I said, like the music's good. I won't. It's not like I'll just skip it when I listen to the album. It's just like,
Makes you feel like when they cut albums, it was like they had to have something to put in there to fill the dead space.
I'm wondering like what they cut to keep that in.
Yeah.
Like what made them think that was the one?
Yeah. See, I always wondered that too. I mean, I always wondered if he writes extra songs and then this was like the best ones that they picked, or if it's like Pantera does, where like he was like, I'm only going to write 12 songs. So he only wrote like 12 songs, and that's just, what I mean? So he didn't have nothing else to put there, and he was like, guess it'll work.
Right.
But no, I feel you. Like 20s would probably be
I feel like it's one of the weakest songs.
That would be the next one up for me after Little Sunshine.
I got you.
Yeah. 20s would be like, that's second at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. I think we've actually talked about it too. I think we talked about it when it came out.
Yeah.
We're like, man, have you heard the new Ghost song? And I'm like, I was like, man, I don't know about it. It's just real cheesy. You're like, oh, come on, man.
That's right.
It's cheesy, but it's great.
Yeah. Come on, bro. We love cheese over here.
Yeah, but that was before we heard the rest of the album.
Yes.
Which brings us to, we'll go with our top three. So what would your number 3 be of your favorites on the album?
Oh, man. I really struggled with number 3. Number 2 and number 1 were easy, but I really struggled with number 3. It could have went either way, but at the end of the day, I put Searchlight on there.
Or what is it, Watcher in the Sky? That one?
Yes, Watcher in the Sky. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's the chorus, I think.
Yeah.
Searchlights. Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. Let me put Watcher beside that. Yeah. I'm looking at the list, and then I got Searchlight over here, and it literally says Watcher in the Sky right beside it. And for some reason,
I think that's one of the heavier riffs on the album.
That's a great fucking song, man. And again, those fucking harmonies, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so full. They're like, I don't know, man. I don't want to say Def Leppard because you're gonna be like, it's fucking blasphemy. How dare you fucking compare them to Def Leppard? But
no, I don't think it sounded Def Leppard-ish.
It's got them big,
but they were definitely full. Yeah,
big body of fucking voices just singing in harmony. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's amazing. I love it.
Yes.
You know, we're big on harmonies. If anybody hasn't figured that out yet, we love it.
Yeah, I think overall the whole production and like just the mix of the album is just fantastic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think it's mixed better than a lot of the stuff that comes out.
Yeah,
like in the rock genre. Like
yeah.
I think they knocked it out of the park with it. Honestly,
The only complaint I had, which isn't even really a complaint, is that on some songs when you listen to them, when the drummers play and whoever's playing drums is playing and they're using the ride. I know because I've done this, but it just they got the volume of the ride so high you can actually it's almost like they've taped it so it doesn't ring as much.
mm-hmm.
And I mean I've done that on some songs like where you
almost like it's muffled.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's almost like somebody's holding it while you're sitting there hitting it, so it doesn't have that nice. After it pings, it doesn't have that nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've done that. Put gaff tape on the bottom of that damn bitch just to record. You know what I mean? Because it the way it bleeds through sometimes, the way you mic it. I mean, I get it, but you know, there was one song. I can't remember which song it was, but I was like, it was obvious. I was like, damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know. But I wouldn't even call that a complaint. I mean, it's not like, you know.
Just a observation.
Yeah. Like I'd have pulled the volume down.
From a music lover.
So you could have masked it because I've made my ride sound. Hell, that ride back there's probably, it's got fucking tape on it right now. Where I was recording some shit the other day. I was doing that exact thing.
Sitting here talking shit about it while you're doing the same thing.
That's what I said. It wasn't that they were doing it, it's that like they had the volume of it so high in that one song you could tell that something was or it's just the ride. I mean, I've had certain ones, Leroy's had certain ones. I mean, all cymbals are different. I've had cymbals that you hit and they just fade right out, sounding like you're almost fucking choking it when you hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've had some you hit and it's still ringing 2 days
just
from now there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so I mean, it could be one of them deals. I don't know, man. What's your number 3?
My number 3, I would probably say Darkness in the Heart of My Love.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a ballad, but it's like one of the slower. It's not even that slower. It's just more melodic, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely not heavy.
And they have they utilize like the stomps and like it snaps.
Yeah.
I love how they did that. I love when people, like bands in general, do that kind of stuff when they record.
Yeah.
It gives like almost like a audience participation. You know, like Queen had the stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that level, but I mean, who can't just sit there, snap, stomp their foot? You know what I mean?
Oh
yeah. Gorgeous intro on the acoustic. On that song, it just it's not that it's like moving. It's not a moving song, but it's kind of like a love song, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, vocals are great. All around good song.
Yeah,
definitely.
The more we record acoustic guitars and stuff, the more appreciation I have for people that can make them sound that crisp and clear.
Yeah, they make it sound real good like that.
Yeah.
It's very, very impressive.
For anybody that doesn't know, when you record an acoustic guitar, unless you have a $58 million room with a $40,000 microphone and an engineer that knows what he's doing, it can be a pain in the ass to get an acoustic guitar to sound that good. You know what I mean? And what I've learned is a lot of times plugging in your acoustic electric, you don't get the sounds you want. Not trying to record it. Like, I mean, I have one that's got Fishman in it that sounds great through an amp, but for some reason, when you plug it into a DAW and try to record it, it just, I don't know. It doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound like a real acoustic. It's not that it doesn't sound good. It just doesn't sound real. You know what I mean? You can put that big old condenser mic in front of you, point it at the 12th fret, let it rip, and it sounds night and day different. It sounds like a fucking acoustic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But no, I think the arrangements overall on the album are very well crafted. And
Yeah.
I think it's evident in that song.
See, I wonder how long it takes him to write these songs. Like, I wonder if he's, because like some songs, when I write them, man, they just come to me. Like, I have this riff, I walk into the studio, I find my tempo, put on the metronome, hit record this guitar riff that I got, and I just, like, I already have it. Like, I want it to go here, 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 and here, front to back, record it through, and then just start adding parts to it. And it's like, an hour later, you got this fucking demo. But then I've had some songs, it takes me, weeks, fucking month to write it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I like it up until this point. I don't know where to go from here, So, I mean, I kind of wonder how long, like they released, like you said, they released fucking Hunter's Moon like a year before they, like, did they have that song? And then took a whole year to write the rest of it?
They wrote around it. Did they write around that, or did they have a direction they were trying to go? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like that's kind of sort of what happened with our acoustic stuff. You know what I mean? We were talking about writing acoustic shit, and I wrote Sunburnt and Drunk, and then we just kind of ran with that style. It was like, we built a fucking we built a whole album around that one song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if they did that, or if they just had these songs already, like they'd already written all this stuff out, or how much of this would be, are any of these songs left over? Would be another curious question I have, from some of the other albums, like, oh, we left this off, fucking pick an album, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if it would. I think they kind of take like a concept and write around it.
That's what it seems like.
It could be. It might not be. Like the album for it, Prequel. It was very. It seems like it was very based in like medieval times.
Right.
They had the song "Rats."
Yeah.
And the whole album overall was like, like plague doctor, like all the stereotypes, like plague doctors and the plague in general, and the church is in charge, and
Yeah. And there's a song on there called Witch.
Witch Image. Yeah,
like, Witch Image,
it went along with it. Anything you think medieval when you listen to that album. And I think this one, I'm not even sure. Maybe I have I bought the album, and the album art, it kind of seems like it's like the beginning of a town, and then as it progresses, it's like a full city.
Right.
It's kind of like the progression of a town in some random faraway place.
How great is that artwork too?
Oh, the artwork's great. I actually bought when it came out, I bought the album. They had you get a poster with it. It was like a limited edition poster. They send if you bought the album. Yeah, they send it. It's an awesome cover. It's the album cover, but it's like, blown up.
Yeah.
Like poster style. And you can like look in it, and anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, we'll put the album cover in the thumbnail. But it's like a golden statue of the anti-pope. But it's almost like a, what do you call it? Automaton, not a robot.
Yeah.
But like medieval style, lots of gears, and you can see. If you look into it, you see like little people like building it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's actually like this massive structure. I thought that was a really cool concept to put into it, like the art.
Yeah. Oh,
so they're like building this image, which is it's like a full-on anatomy of a person, and but it's just like their hands up here. You see like half of it's like skull and half of it's like fully finished, but you see the people building it. It's really cool. But the inside album art is like I said, like a beginning of a city, and it slowly grows, and it's this giant metropolis.
Right.
And then I think at the end, it's like someone's just leaving the town.
The first thing
I thought, time to get out.
When I saw the artwork for the album, like the album cover art, first two things that popped in my head was Iron Maiden.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then the second thing that popped in my head was Kiss Revenge. because they had the Statue of Liberty, and then like it would like halfway through the show, the skull would fall, or the face would fall off, and it would just be the skull.
Yeah.
So, but like at one point, it's only like half a skull. Like, and that was the first thing I fucking thought. Well, I thought Iron Maiden. I was like, this looks
the
like
word
Iron Maiden.
Automaton, not automaton. Automaton. That's what I meant. Yeah. It's like the medieval version of a robot. They call it an automaton.
Anyway, yeah. For anybody didn't catch that Muppets reference, you know. Phenomena.
Oh, the Muppets. Okay. God. Anyway, yeah. Darkness of the Heart of My Love would be my number 3.
Right.
So what would you be your number 2?
Number 2, bro, is Spillways.
Spillways?
That song just fucking front to back is great. I love that song.
Yeah. Man. Very cool song.
Fucking I don't know, man. The fucking just the music in that song. Even if you took the singing out of that song, it would make a great instrumental. Like it's just great, you know what I mean? And the solo and it kicks ass.
I thought it was fantastic lyrics.
Yeah, oh yeah.
For the song. It was very well crafted lyrics.
And I mean, you write a song about spillways, bro, and make it sound that good. I don't think I could.
If I hadn't been reading a book, like it's not a medieval book, but it's like a city on the water. The setting was like a city on the water, and they were talking about the spillways. So I would have never known what a spillway was.
Right.
If I hadn't been reading that when I heard that album.
Nice.
I'd be like, oh, spillways. I know what he's talking about, you know?
Yeah. See, I knew what he was talking about, but I was just like, what a fucking topic to try to write about. Like just,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like he just took a dictionary, just opened it and stuck his finger somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean?
I'm going to write a song about spillways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love that song. Like I said, this whole album kicks ass, man, to me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And, there's some Ghost haters out there, fucking, you know what I mean? They're probably the same people that don't like fucking Kiss, you know?
Well, I think the whole hate comes from, like, these metal purists. And by that, I mean people that think it has to be just absolutely heavy and can't be any clean vocals and anything that's not that is
they
not
can't
metal
have,
or whatever.
It's not have any pop element to it.
Yeah, can't have any melodic anything. It's just so ridiculous. I think those people are crazy.
They went mainstream guys, like the Green Day haters and shit.
Yeah, like when Metallica did the Black Album.
Wasn't that the whole point of being a musician is to grow a fan base?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And grow. Yeah. As musicians, like you think you're supposed to be the same all the time.
Yeah, I'm just supposed to live in my van my entire life, and
Yeah, it's like Slipknot too. Like they were like heavier like back then, but they're not the same people they were 20 years ago. I mean, they're not a lot of the same people in the band now, but
fucking Nickelback,
just in general,
bro. Goddamn, they get the most fucking hate, and I don't get it. Fucking Five Finger Death Punch
popularity,
was the same
man.
way. I mean, I don't fucking.
No, I'm not. I like Nickelback. I'm not a fan of Five Finger Death Punch, but I don't hate them because
I'm not like a huge fan.
Everyone else
hates them. I mean, they were, they weren't bad, but I know that a lot of when Five Finger Death Punch first came out, I won't name any names, but I could when we finished recording, I could tell you 6 people that were fucking diehard fans, and you'd be like, yeah, I remember that. And then it was I can't remember which song it was. They came out with a song, and I don't think it was a cover, but it was on one of their newer albums, and it had that fucking, I don't want to say more mainstream sound, but it had that mainstream popular, was more radio friendly. And they were just fucking crying in their cars. They fucking sold out, man. Fuck. I'm like, dude, the fuck you did it. The whole point is to or they're too big, they're too famous. I can't like them anymore.
Yeah, it's like they don't
Like,
they won't allow them to like you try to your hope when you were a musician, you want to make a living being a musician.
Yeah.
So like the way you make money is by getting a lot of fans that are like willing to come and listen to you live.
Yeah, and buy all your shit. You know what I mean?
And like support you. Like why would you? Like as a musician, why would you not?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And still like have your integrity or whatever. Like,
I mean, but dude,
if you're enjoying what you're doing, then what's the problem?
We're not even making bukus of money, and I've had people ask me, why. Like I had this comment. If I remember, I'll send it to you. I had a fucking message from this guy, and he was like, "I love your new song." Talking about Sunburnt and Drunk when it came out. He's like, "I love your new song." He goes, "But I don't like the direction that y'all went." And I'm like, "What direction?" Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's the same shit. We decided that we were going to write an album based heavily on acoustics. Like, it's, I mean, there was no, I mean, I guess there was a plan around it, but it wasn't like, hey guys, let's change everything about, we're still the same fucking guys. You know what I mean? Have you heard the shit that we're recording now? With the acoustic shit? Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's just like New Horizon, Wet Wild Nasty. I mean, it's fucking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I know. I don't know. I don't get them fucking people, bro. But what's your number 2, Jimbo?
My number 2 would probably actually be Call Me Little Sunshine.
God damn it.
No, I really do like that song. I love the riff.
Yes.
I love like a slower riff. I like listening to a song that progresses.
Yeah.
So it's like slower and then it goes into like a little bit heavier, then throwing some backup vocals and just make it really pop. Like I like when songs do that. Like it's not just one thing the whole time.
No, I mean I get that. I understand that. Can we take a minute to talk about why you're wrong?
Why I'm wrong on my list. Sure, let's hear it.
What he meant to say was his number 2 was Spillways, and that he agrees with me that Little Sunshine is like, I guess in his mind, almost as bad as 20s. Sound about right? Completely off.
I don't think it was.
I tried. All right, that brings us to what? My number 1?
Number 1.
Bro, my number 1, this song is probably the song I listen to the most from this fucking album, and I love it, man. I love, like, the breakdown. I just love everything about it. That fucking in the intro, man, that fucking guitar just sounds so good, man. And that would be Grimewood.
Griftwood.
Griftwood, yeah. What did I put?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it says Griftwood. God damn, I can't even read my own
Can't read your own writing.
Bro, I went to Newport. What do you expect?
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
I have a tough time reading my writing.
I learned to count to 10, and that was good. That was good enough. You know what I mean?
Had to take shoes off, count to 20, huh?
Of course, it doesn't help if you look at my writing. It goes from like cursive to, I guess you would call it standard print, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, mine is some bullshit that's like half cursive, half regular, half Chinese.
Nice.
It's fucking weird.
Fucking hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs, little pictures.
Oh my God.
It's all right if I understand it, right?
Jimbo's K's backwards, like in fucking Russian, so I can.
It's Cyrillic.
God.
What's funny is I can't understand it myself.
Yeah, what the fuck did I write? What is this?
Why is there a stork on my page?
Yeah.
What does the stork mean?
But yeah, man, Griftwood, man. That fucking
no, the mummy.
Nothing. No, I got you. Yeah.
Any mummy fans?
Anyway.
I digress.
Yeah. But yeah, Griftwood, dude. And like fucking, it comes out at, when it starts doing that fucking was it Holy Mother?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was worship the sins, washes the sins from my face, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, that shit fucking kills. And then it just comes in with this ripping ass solo as it builds up, and then like when it starts playing again, it's just like one note holding out, and then it goes back to harmony. Oh god, yeah, they fucking nailed it with that song, dude.
Yeah, very good song. I do like that song.
They fucking nailed it. Yeah, that's all I can say, dude. I've seen Ghost live too. I wish I could have seen them once this album came out. The last time I saw them was they had put out, was it Meliora?
Uh-huh.
And we seen them, and then we seen them, and then if I'm not mistaken, I have to check with my wife, but I believe the next time we saw them, it was last time I saw them, they had just released Square Hammer as a single, and they opened the show with Square Hammer. That was pretty
awesome.
badass. Yeah. And but I haven't. So after that, I haven't seen them. Of course, they haven't really came around North Carolina that I recall either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so I didn't get to see like I haven't got to see them play. You know, any of the last 2 albums or the EP that they put out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So next time when they get down here and I drag your ass to go see some Ghost.
I'm trying to go see Ghost. I would love to go see Ghost.
Because, I mean, my old lady was like, the other day I was talking about Ghost. I told her we were doing this podcast, and she was like, you don't have to take me to every concert. And I was like, but it's Ghost, babe. She's like, yeah. She's like, and I really think that as a friend, you should take Jimbo. He deserves that. I was like, she was like, trying her hardest not to go. She's like, you know, me and Lily are busy. You know what I mean? Like, you should really buy Jimbo a ticket and just, you know what I mean? She's like, you could drive up to his house, pick him up, and you and him could ride into Virginia. She's like, they got a nice amphitheater. Remember we went and saw Pantera? She's like, I really think Jimbo would love that. So, you know, if Ghost comes back to town, you know, that's the plan, I guess.
Man, if I could catch Ghost and Chevelle on the same show, that would be like a check off the list for me.
Bro, I got to see fucking Ghost open up for Iron Maiden. That was pretty fucking great.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
That was pretty fucking great.
That's a good combination too.
And then
they kind of have like a similar.
We seen him at Carolina Rebellion. And that was before. That was like, I think that was with the. Yeah, and then when I seen him with, I want to say when we seen him with Iron Maiden, that was like right after Square Hammer had come out. So they opened the show with Square Hammer.
Nice.
It was hot as fuck. Sun's still up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In Charlotte, I think it was pretty badass.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
What's your number one?
My number one would be Spillways.
Spillways?
Yeah, I do really love Spillways. Very good. I love the I don't know if it's I guess it is an intro. The keyboard.
Yeah.
Or it might be a piano actually, unless it's an effect or whatever. But I love I think it was a very good way to start that song.
Yeah, the dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and the live videos I've seen of them play, I swear it seems like the keyboard player is a female. I could be totally wrong.
It could be
because they arrange the way they do for anyone who doesn't know, all the Nameless Ghouls, which is the rest of the band, it's not the singer. They have these masks on. They're all I don't know, like chrome, like silver plated almost.
They're definitely metal. I know that.
Yeah, some sort of metal, and they're crafted into like, you know, you can't see their face, and they got like horns in them, but like a lot of they're like, I noticed like they're differently detailed.
Yeah.
Not like Kiss has their own, like there's the 4 members and they have their 4 like personalities. It's not like that. It's just like variations. And it seemed to me like it was more of a feminine Nameless Ghoul mask.
It could have been. I know when I
That's
seen
what.
him live.
And when you said they use different, he uses different touring musicians than the musicians that recorded with him. So it could very well actually be a female. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there are some very high harmonies on this album.
When I seen them,
it
I
sounds
noticed
like
that,
a female.
when they were showing some of the Nameless Ghouls, like when you just look at them, it was like, oh yeah, they're all the same mask. But then like when they were on the big screen, like you could tell like
They're
some
slightly
of them, like,
different.
it was contoured different for a certain
Yeah,
phase.
there's like variation.
One looked like the hair was done differently, even though it's passed into the thing. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Plus, they all have like a different symbol. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the whole production's really cool. I like their whole concept. I think it's very well thought out.
How do you feel about that, Jimbo? Playing 2 hours in the baking sun, having to wear a fucking metal helmet with your head covered, wearing long sleeve shirts and shit. I bet that fucking shit is hot.
I think. Well, I know Tobias Forge is from Sweden too, so I think anywhere he goes, he's like, God damn, it's hot.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to think he wears like that. Well, he wears like that prosthetic and everything too. You know
I think he would probably. I feel like that would be hotter than the Nameless Ghoul mask.
Well, I know if it's anything like the Kiss shows, man, they were from what I understand throughout history and just from the road techs and Kiss themselves and everything, that like when they're on stage, it's like I think they said it's like basically playing 2 hours at about 120 degrees,
right,
to 125 degrees on stage because of the pyrotechnics and shit. And I just, man, you got to think.
Well, like, I mean, you see the pyrotechnics go off, and then you see them like in their big suits and shit. Like, why do you think Paul like pulls that shirt off like immediately? Yeah. Like he might play like the first song and like the tasseled thing, and then he'll just like shed it.
Ghost has like some pyro and shit too, and all them goddamn lights. I mean, yeah, some of them are LEDs, but them big ass giant spotlights. Working with a music company, I have yet to see a nice giant. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I'm just saying every spotlight we use for them musicians are fucking 4 foot long, using this big giant fucking, you can see God bulb in there.
Yeah, very concentrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like fucking blind to fucking aliens.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? Because I know they're fucking hot.
Yeah, space station can see it.
My god damn.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I'm not. I would do it. I'd probably lose some weight, but like
why do you think Mick Jagger's still so skinny? You know?
Oh yeah,
he's just been up there shaking his ass for 60 fucking years.
So think about
in the spotlight.
When I saw him at Carolina Rebellion, that was like June in North Carolina, and they were out there in the sun in the midday. It was like fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon when they were playing.
Yeah. What's crazy is that's not even as hot as it gets here. Like you talk about like July, August.
But jeez. I was out there in shorts, flip flops, and a t-shirt, and I was sweating, and it was hot as fuck. And I was watching them play, going, I know they're fucking hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Swamp ass, bro.
Wonder how them suits smell.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
No, I think Tobias Forge really improved his vocals overall on this album. Like if you listen to, like, I'm not saying he sounded bad before. I just think he's definitely improved.
Oh yeah,
he's worked very hard on his craft for sure.
I know.
And same with the writing, man. Like the overall crafting of the songs and the writing of the music is just very well put together.
I know that he said that they're always based in, I think, doom metal is what he was saying, which, I mean, a lot of doom metal fans would be like, fuck that, nuh-uh, but, I mean, I get it.
Well, when you think doom metal, it's like, you know, Black Sabbath, but, I mean, no, it's not, it doesn't sound like Black Sabbath, but you can hear the influence of it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, he said that he loves, they listen to a lot of, like pop stuff and everything. You know, that his older brother, the one that died, he said that was like, you know, the guy that got him into all this music, you know, Kiss and fucking Iron Maiden and all that shit. You know, he's like, but they also listen to like, you know, Michael Jackson, Duran Duran, fucking Taylor Swift, you know, he listens to everything. Well, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's like Marilyn Manson. His like favorite band ever was like Rush.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he doesn't sound like Rush, but that doesn't mean it
I
didn't
will say,
influence him. You know,
I will say that they really do have a like a classical aura to them. I will say that. Like I could see them doing like a Mozart song, dude.
oh, they had the
You know what I mean?
one of the song. I can't remember what song it was. They do have like a not glockenspiel, harpsichord,
On
which
this
is
album?
the yeah.
Oh, I got.
You can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
Isn't that
Mozart
like
played. Like a lot of
isn't that
people
the
don't know this.
420s?
Mozart didn't play on a piano. He played on the harpsichord.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff he wrote is for a harpsichord. So
Isn't
I
that
see what you mean when you say it sounds like classical.
Isn't that the intro to 20s? Like the very beginning of 20s? It's got like
Could be.
that
It
fade
might be
in
what I'm thinking about.
harpsichord. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it might be 20.
Yeah. And then like it comes
Oh, yeah.
in with like some drums. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I've said it before. It seems like you could take Ghost and drop them in one of the last 5 decades, and they'd had the song that would somehow fit
Yeah.
that decade.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
Which shows like the variety. I like bands that write with variety like that.
Yeah, man.
Which I actually found that I love Rob Zombie, and I actually heard an interview with him one time, and he's talking about his favorite albums, and he said his favorite albums were from bands that did that. Like it's every song isn't the same. Like
Right.
there's variety. It's not like super. It's not just super fast the whole time, or it's not super slow the whole time. They speed it up, slow it down, add in some bongos. You know, throw in a didgeridoo or two. You know.
Sometimes you got Yoko Ono yelling. Oh yeah.
You got Yoko Ono yelling there with a tambourine. You know. I love that kind of stuff. Which I think it really adds to it. You know, it shows.
You should ask Justin about. He loves he jams that fucking Have you seen that Chuck Berry and John Lennon and they're playing and Yoko's like screaming and shit? Justin loves that. He said Yoko's got a great voice.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah, he loves it, man. When we do the Beatles episode, we'll have to fucking get him to tell you. Yeah.
We'll bring him in for that one.
Oh yeah. But no, man. Overall, this album is, I would say, definitely one of their best.
Yes.
Like I could easily see this being on if it ain't in my top 3 Ghost albums, it'd definitely be in the top 5.
Right.
You know, counting like all their EPs and everything. It's a banger of an album front to back, man. They did a great job on this album. For
sure.
You know.
I noticed listening to it, it seems like there's different. I'm not going to say they wrote it just from this inspiration. It was just how what I thought when I listened to it. Like I heard like different parts of the album. I heard like when I heard it, I thought Green Day.
Right.
Another song, I heard it and I thought Whitesnake. You know, like it just certain things they did, like maybe like a riff here or like the arrangement there.
Yeah,
it would make me think of something else, and I wonder if like they had the same thing in mind when they actually did that.
Could have,
you know, but the first song Kaiserion, like there's a lot of downstrokes on the guitar, and that's one of the parts that remind me of Green Day. Like I'm not saying it sounded like Green Day, but like I heard it and I was like, Green Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of the faster sections.
Kaiserion, that was actually my honorable mention. I like that song.
Yeah, that's a cool song, man. And I love anything that puts in like Latin chanting. I just think it's badass.
Fucking them harmonies, dude.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah.
They're fucking his singing, whoever he's got singing with him, whatever's happening, man. He's got to, you know, I mean,
they're on point.
He's doing, fucking A.
They're on point. Mm. But yeah, I think that's about all I got for this album.
That's about all I got too, man. It's a fun
album.
If you haven't heard it, go listen to it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone to be disappointed in it unless you're just going into it hating Ghost.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy
Yeah.
or gal.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Deviation from the norm this week. I'm sure we'll be back next week with our normal
albums, bands. Yeah,
normal band
most likely
setup.
Trey will probably be back joining us.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
he's a hardworking man. We all know he's always busy.
Hardworking man, doing all that he can.
That's right. But yeah, give us a like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. Tell us what we're doing right. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Any suggestions? New an album or a band or any music folklore. Doesn't have to be rock and roll.
Yeah,
we're open to it.
And
I did a deep dive on Waylon and Willie this week.
Yeah,
I might bring that one up in a future episode.
Hell yeah.
That was a fun one.
Man,
but
that would be fun. Some fucking outlaw country.
Outlaw country week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
that would be great.
Yeah, break out some Johnny Cash.
If you're all caught up on our podcast, because I know some of you are borderline sociopaths that listen to us, and that's all you do. I get it. I do that with Joe Rogan and stuff sometimes. Be at work listening to Two Bears, One Cave all fucking day. You know what I mean? I get it. I do the same thing. But if you're all caught up, listen to our music, man, for real. Like, fucking, go back and listen to an album. Tell us which one's your favorite. Tell us which song you don't like. You know what I mean?
Tell us how much you hate us.
Yeah.
It's good for the YouTube algorithm.
We strive for that.
I think that's a good place to end it right there.
It is.
Now, thanks for everyone joining us. Like I said, any suggestions, we're open to them.
Definitely.
All right. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Later.